John Constable was born June 11, 1776 in East Bergholt, Suffolk, and died peacefully on March 31, 1837 in London. He was the second of 5 children. His parents were Golding and Anne Constable. Golding was a wealthy merchant. Constable wasn't into art until he was in his teens. His neighbor, John Dunthorne, was a landscape artist. In his teens, he started sketching the outdoors with Dunthorne. These scenes that he painted made him feel, quote, like a painter. His first painting was A Lane Near Dedham in 1802. In 1799, his father sent him to the Royal Academy for Art. The Royal Academy wanted to paint history, and so did many other art schools. But as you can see in his works, Constable loved landscape. He was moved into a special class for people who wanted to do landscape. John stayed at the Royal Academy until he was 23. He displayed his first art there when he was 26. In this time, he started experimenting with watercolor. He didn't do many of his paintings like that, but in the early stages, he did use watercolor. It was very unusual to see watercolor on a person's face, but he did it with Mary Freer in 1809. Also in 1809, he was mostly in London, but frequently went to East Bergholt to sketch. One day, visiting East Bergholt, he met a lady named Maria Bicknell. He fell in love with her. He would later marry her. His art started becoming more clear around this time. Most of his sketches would become easel paintings later, and most of them were about how bad the industrial times were. This is mostly why he is well known. He wanted to make a change. In 1816, Golding Constable died, giving John the inheritance of the family. He was happy now in 1817 as they had moved back to London. But 2 years later, in 1819, Maria was having symptoms of tuberculosis. In 1824, the Haywing was showed at Paris Salon, where the king awarded him a gold medal. When he came out with paintings like Chainpier Brighton and Dedham Vale, he was elected to become a Royal Academician in 1829. But this event turned from happy to dreadful, as almost immediately after he was elected, Maria died. The final years for Constable were very rough, mostly because he was alone, as his 7 children were out in the world and Maria had died. He submitted his final Royal Academy entry in 1836, which was about another famous British artist, Sir Joshua Reynolds. Personally, I am a sucker for landscape, but my 4 favorite paintings by Constable are The Haywing, The Cornfield, Weymouth Bay, Bowley's Cove and Jordan Hill, and The White Horse. The reason I like The White Horse is because the painting is the white horse. But the white horse is a tiny horse in the bottom left-hand corner. It is not the center of attention. The reason I like the Haywing is because the water is being polluted because of the industrial times, and he is trying to say, this is what we could do before, but we can't do it now. That is also why I like the Cornfield. The reason why I like Weymouth Bay, Bowley's Cove, and Jordan Hill is because you don't know what's making the smoke from behind the mountains, so it lets us wonder, what's falling up from behind there? Constable was a fantastic landscape artist in a time where landscape was a common thing to paint. You could have said that so-and-so was a fantastic artist, but Constable was definitely the best in England at the time. I hope you enjoyed my artist project on John Constable.